Thank you very much for taking your time to join me here. My name is Billy Keels. I'm the founder and CEO of Keep on Cashflow. And I guess if you're watching this video, it's because you want to find out exactly what I've done to create a five-figure revenue at the same time that I'm working a corporate job. And so one of the things I'm going to make sure that I do is actually talk about that very quickly, and also want to give you a chance just to understand a little bit more about me. So being an American citizen who's been living in Europe for the last 16 years and enjoying myself, well, I guess back in 2008 when I got married, one of the things that I was looking for were new ways of creating additional income streams for myself. Like most people were working in a corporate job. I was completely tired all the time and always spending all my energy and time at the job. And so I didn't have very much time. So I was putting my money in the 401k equivalents and stocks and mutual funds and all that other kind of stuff. But I knew pretty soon I was going to have a change in my life with getting married. And fortunately enough, about 18 months after we got married, we had our first child. And so like most parents, I was going through all of the different emotions of feeling like, how am I going to make sure that I provide for my family and not just 100% dependent on my job? And I don't want to keep watching every day to see if my stocks are going up or going down. And so I like to read. And so one of the things that I read was a Little Purple Book. And that Little Purple Book actually changed the way that I thought about investing. And so as I was looking for new alternatives and knowing that, life was changing, then I had a second child. I thought, well, I'd been reading enough and it was time for me to now to start take action. And this was towards the end of 2011. And so all the things that I learned from the book, I actually wanted to apply to where I was living here in Europe. And so although let's say that the framework is the same, the way that it was applied, the capital that I had to put to buy what I thought were going to be multiple buildings was not even enough for one building in Europe, living here in Barcelona. So I got pretty frustrated. I was down. I wanted to, kind of throw in the towel. I didn't want to continue, but I decided, well, instead of looking for houses, I looked at buying parking spaces. And when I looked at buying parking spaces, it was going to take so long for me to get the capital return that, it caused even more frustration and I got even more down. And at the same time, I was traveling all over the place and just completely tired and exhausted all the time. Right? And so I wanted another alternative. I was looking for something new. And probably like most of you, I was looking for that, what was going to be that new alternative. And so being a US citizen, I decided, well, let's look back in the States. And so very fortunately, I actually wasn't able to go and see the property. And I thought about buying single family residences. I wanted to do that and had a 5-year plan. And fortunately, by being so geographically challenged, I had to figure out a way to build a system and also have that system control the properties. And so once I made my first purchase, it was actually a multifamily, a duplex, and that was such a positive experience. It was returning such cash flow that, I looked at buying another one. Less than 6 months later, I actually bought another quadplex. And then about 9 months later, I bought another multifamily building. And at that point, in less than 18 months, I was already creating 5 figures of revenue and doing that from a long distance. And so although I was still traveling a lot and still, flying all over Europe, Middle East, and Africa, I at least now had another stream of income that I didn't have to, get up and go to work for every single day. So that was kind of a relief. I felt like I was getting closer to a goal. But even more importantly, and probably one of the things that is really important for you to understand is, as I was going through this entire process, I had family, friends of friends that started asking me a lot of questions about what I was doing, how I was buying properties from such a long distance. And by being able to share with them, I was demonstrating to them that, well, not only did I have a system, but I actually understood, controlled, and could convey in a way that was very simplified to them how, my company was actually making money. And so one of the things that started happening was those same family, friends, and friends of friends have now become investors in projects that my company does back in the United States. So, it's one of the things that has happened. The process is taken a while, and at the same time, it's helping people just like you to create very passive streams of income. It's helped me to get closer to my goals of being able to live between Europe and the US and creating a lot of value for others. And so, like I said, just wanted to let you know that's basically what I did. By buying properties in the US, I've been able to create an additional 5 figures of income and of revenue. And one of the things that I want to now be able to do is create a couple of different videos that I'll talk to you about. So if you like what you've seen in this video, I'm going to be creating a couple of others. So feel free to just click on the link that's here, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you very soon. Once again, my name is Billy Keels. I'm the founder and CEO of Keep On Cashflow. That's my 2 cents for today. And as always, hasta la próxima.